Hello everyone, and welcome back to
Yeah.
the magical wonders of Battlefield Heroes. Today,
This cartoony thingy.
today it's story time with Elmy
Story
and Velmy.
time.
And
Like telling real life stories from,
so,
well, our lives, obviously.
our short lives of within a reach of like 15 years and such, so it's gonna be shitty.
14 and a half. I can't even talk.
You're counting your own years, gross, duh. So, first of all, you wanna start out?
Now that we're actually recording, I can't come up with any funny stories.
What about
from
the
life.
armpit story?
Yeah, it's one of the better ones. When I was about 1 year old, maybe about 1 year old, and like when I could sleep in my own bed, my mom and my dad put me in a bed right next to their bed. So if I started screaming, like yelling at the night, they could just pick me up and put me in between them, and I would sleep. So one night my dad just picked me up and put me there, and he fell asleep in a very awkward position. So I fell asleep in his armpit, and just that day, yeah, showered. So I woke up, and I've just been told this, but my mom just smelled my head, and she was like, "What the hell have you done to this kid?" It was like total confusion. My dad didn't know what was going on, and yeah, total confusion.
Total confusion, oh yeah. So,
I feel getting sweaty just talking about it.
you
but-
feel dirty, you have never quite washed it off, haven't you?
No, seriously, I'm getting sweaty here. Alright, your turn.
Okay, so what I'm about to tell is... I can't remember now, but whatever. I'll start with one story and I will continue on. So, once
Once upon a time.
once upon a time, I was in a local store, also known as Rema 1000 in Norwegian.
I love the way you say Norwegian words in English.
Yeah.
American thing.
And there was this bum going outside there, and he was like...
Bum.
He was
Bum.
like unzipping his pants, and he looked at me quite awkward, and he asked, "May I piss here?" And I was like, and he was like, "May I piss here?" And I just looked at him and backed off like a bitch. That was
You should have reacted else, like just slapped it on the dick or something. That would have been so super awesome. Like just
Picture this, he was a quite hairy hobo with his pants down,
Hairy general.
his undies like over his pants and his zipper open, and he's like staring
Or just
at me
or just let him, or just say yes and let him whip
With
it out,
like
and
this
then just
drunk-
pull the zipper up again.
with like this drunken look on his face, and he was like, "May I piss here?"
May I piss her?
and he didn't even say it like that because he was Norwegian, and Norwegian sounds like "Kan jag pissa här din dritttroll?"
Oh wait. Alright. My turn.
Yes.
Now I can't come up with anyone.
Anyone? You can't come.
Really? Alright, I got one. This is one that happened at like the store. We were just like, we bought ice cream and we went outside to like eat it, and just this guy, I don't know what's with him. I think it's just weird. He just came up to us. He's like 50-year-old. He comes up to us and just puts his hand like just like giving something to us, and just like puts the hand in front of my brother and just said, "Slap it," and he's just, "What?" And then he says again, "Slap it," and he slaps it, and then it just starts singing, and I don't even know how to translate what he sang into English, but it was just like, "What?" And then he just walked away, and we were like, "What the heck just
Was it
happened?"
like some kind of
Just
Christian?
sitting there, like like afraid of if he would come back and like rape us or something.
He's the Slender Man coming and singing to every man. Oh, I
Yeah.
do remember watching Slender
Like
with you.
this tall guy, really tall old man, looked like my grandfather. All right, your turn.
Okay, so I'm trying to come up with a great one right now. So, well, we have that one time. Well, I was about 4 years old, and me and my sister were like sleeping in some sort of I don't know what to call it in Norwegian. A køybed. Well, whatever. So you know the bed where you have bunk bed.
Bunker bed.
Bunker beds.
That's what I call them, man.
Man. Well, bunk beds, and I was sort of sleeping up here, and my dad comes in, and he was like going to give us an see if we were sleeping. And he saw that it was dripping wet on my sister's face, and it was dripping yellow from this from my bed, and he saw also that I had pissed in my hair and on my sister when I was about 4 years old. I had pissed, and he was like, he was laughing so hard.
Okay. Should I tell that story from that camp?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that camp. Oh,
yeah. But when we were in bed and shit, and that lady just walks in.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, this story happened recently. Like, me and Velmy, we have this weird gay obsession like thing, and
Whoa,
like,
whoa! Where are you going with this? And
we have this like thing where we just like do gay stuff, and
well,
I
what?
just jumped into his bed. We were sleeping in a room with two other dudes, really awkward. One of them had a soft gun, and
Mr.
I just started humping him.
What?
For some reason, I don't even know why. And then this lady, one of like the leaders of the whole camp,
Leaders of
she
the
just
camp.
comes
You make it
and
sound
sees me
like some
pumping-
kind of
like
a
pumping
concentration
his
camp.
back, and she's like, she doesn't say anything. She's just standing there like a freaking retard, saying nothing. She's just standing there and saying absolutely nothing for like 5 seconds. When she finally says something completely out of the question, like it wasn't anything to do with the actual thing we were doing. She was just like, it's dinner in 5 minutes or something.
Oh my god. Well,
Your turn.
okay, so I was kind of drinking a Mountain Dew this other day, and I was like, there was some drops of sweetness that was hanging around on the, you know, like the opening of the Burke or whatever you call it, and I put my tongue down in it, and I like immediately feel stretched or something, I don't know, but I discovered that my tongue is attached to the Mountain Dew can, and I like, ugh! And I can't get it off. So I start, you know, usually you start dragging the thing off, and I'm a rebel, so I start slamming my tongue into the wall, hoping for it to detach. So I like,
I can actually imagine you doing that. Like just you beating your tongue against the wall.
with a Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew can attached to it.
Oh my freaking god.
And eventually I got it loose, but it took a long time, and yeah, it's kind of sweet. Yeah. So yeah, it's your turn.
It's hard to think of any when we're recording. Like just really hard. Oh, right, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Doesn't matter.
I said Mando, not matter, but
It doesn't matter what your name is.
I'm getting a new computer soon, so hopefully the gameplays, like my scores and stuff, will be better. That was completely off topic. We are like just off topic is our thing.
You mean like humping me off topic and such?
Humping me.
Hump. Ramble on.
My boobs. My boobs.
Well,
Alright.
that was
What? Behind?
Well.
Slam dick against the wall.
okay. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Do you have any stories? I'm trying to think of any.
well, there's this one time where I'm like playing my bass. I'm playing Rape Me, and I had been on Omegle the previous hour, and I didn't realize I hadn't logged off webcam chat.
Okay.
So there I was, singing Rape Me to a complete stranger. And then I look at the screen and see her face. It's like, oh, what? And I'm like, oh. and I didn't think of anything to say, so I say boob and hang up. And that's like, that's like the rest of that story. Boob. Rape me.
We're posting this on the forum, boy. We can talk about that.
Okay, so that is story time for this time, folks.
Yeah. And
Every third episode we make will be story time.
or fourth, we don't really know. We
So,
haven't planned.
Do you wanna see?
He's just talking.
You wanna say goodbye?
Imagination, really. Hello.
You wanna say goodbye?
Yes. Goodbye.
And this has been.
Oh,
This has been Battlefield Heroes. I'm Velmy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.